this Kentucky Democrat, in part of his commercial campaign, is wearing a noose in an ad highlighting the nation's history of lynching. So, Charles Booker, Democratic nominee challenging Senator Rand Paul in Kentucky, he wears a noose in a new campaign ad in which he seeks to highlight the nation's painful history of lynching and Paul's opposition to a 2020 bill to make it a federal hate crime. Quote, "The pain of our past persists to this day," says Booker in the ad. In Kentucky, like many states throughout the South, lynching was a tool of terror. It was used to kill hopes for freedom. Then the camera pans to reveal a noose around Booker's neck. And you got to look at this. It's a deep-ass video. And he goes on and says, "It was used to kill my ancestors. Now, in a historic victory for our Commonwealth, I have become the first black Kentuckian to receive the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. My opponent," Booker continued, as images of Rand Paul flash on screen, "the person who single-handedly blocked an anti-lynching act from being federal law." So the act does not mention that Paul supported an updated bill known as the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act that passed in the Senate in March and is now law. Paul did single-handedly hold up the legislation in 2020, saying he was concerned it could be applied too broadly. So, gentlemen, I would say you really need to see this video. It's very interesting, but politics now with the elections that are going on all through the country for Senate positions. Do you think that this commercial may be going too far, or is he on point?
I think it's going too far, man.
Okay, all right, please share.
Reason why I say that, man, he's in Kentucky, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky has always been, quote unquote, a racist place to begin with. You just made these people more angry with you, man. These are going to be your constituents.
Okay.
I would just talk about the issues, man. My platform would be just the issues. It would not be about no historical lynchings or anything, because I feel as though we already know about the lynching laws and everything, man. But at the same time, you gotta be mindful what you politicking. You have to be mindful what you politicking, man. Because if you out here, you putting that stuff out there, it will come back to bite you one form or another. If you're trying to do it to get votes, I don't think it's a good idea, man.
Okay, all right. Well,
to me, it seems like he's trying to get votes, man.
And that's a true possibility right there, Mr. GPS. As mentioned in the article here, the new law that amends the U.S. Code to designate lynching as a hate crime is punishable by as many as 30 years in prison. Now, more than 4,000 people, mostly African Americans, were reported lynched in the United States from 1882 to 1968, but only in a handful of states. 99% of the perpetrators escaped state or local punishment. So we got this, the primaries happened back in May, and this is going to be a deep showdown. So do you think this was the right move for Mr. Booker?
I want to say no.
Okay.
We already understand what lynching's about. Make the punishment for it as equal to other things that we do. For instance, the IRS says you can only go back 3 to 5 years on them to amend the return. Mm-hmm. But they can go back on you since the first day you started working.
Right.
I think we should be able to do it like that. If you were ever found out to have lynched somebody, then you should be held accountable.
Correct.
No matter how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're 80 years old right now, sitting up there drinking some tea on the porch, guess what? You may only have a week left, but you're about to spend it behind bars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As if you come out and admit that you did it, man. That's a catch, man.
That's the other thing. How you gonna find these folks? I mean, I understand. I get a little upset about it, especially things like this. But what can you do?
Yeah.
It happened so long ago. A lot of those records are burned or lost or whatever. I mean, it's just it's just a surface thing, something to detract, something to keep your mind off of what's really happening out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So for everybody, just go and to check out this article at the Washington Post and look at this video. You know, it's most likely all over YouTube and everything, but it's very interesting. Just a shot of seeing the candidate with this big ass noose around his neck. It just really it could be used as shock TV, as the old saying used to be. We'll just have to see if this actually works for him or works against him. Now, it's a uphill battle when you're talking about Senator Rand Paul, but you know, we have confidence in this individual because he's the first Kentuckian Democrat that is of color. So give the gentleman the benefit of the doubt and give him a chance. You know, sometimes we have to go to shock value in order to bring about points. And I think it's going to be an interesting election. So we'll definitely keep you abreast or two of the situation of what happens.